It says a lawyer shall not represent a client, or when representation has commenced, shall withdraw from the representation of a client if the lawyer's physical or mental condition materially impairs the lawyer's ability to represent the client. Let me say that for you in English. If you get sick or go crazy, you have to give the money back. Now, we don't have enough time in this seminar to talk about your mental capacity. We have several other webinars and seminars on that. But with regard to physical ability, you have an ethical obligation to take care of yourself. I learned this the hard way. As a guy, my general reaction towards preventative medicine is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it is broke, limp on it a couple days. It'll probably get better on its own. Let me tell you where I learned that's not the best long-term health strategy. I was traveling from my home in Phoenix to a talk in Las Vegas. Driving, I get across the Nevada border and I start experiencing chest pains. Pretty severe chest pains. So severe, in fact, that I pull over to the side of the road, I go on to Google, and I type in symptoms of a heart attack. What would you do? I find a website. It lists 10 symptoms of a heart attack. And as I read each symptom, guess what? I start to have each symptom. In hindsight, not all of them could have applied to me. I'm sitting there reading number 7, thinking, ow, my ovaries are killing me. You get a little crazy out in the middle of the desert, okay? It says at the bottom of the webpage, if you experience any of these symptoms, go to the nearest hospital. I'm in Boulder City, Nevada. Have no idea where the nearest hospital is. So instead, I find the nearest Taco Bell. Now let me explain. I used to do zoning work, and I know, as a lawyer, that all across the country, if you sell nacho cheese chalupas, you must be located within 1 mile of a hospital. It's the law, look it up. I go in, I get a couple chalupas, they are delicious, and it's too late to start eating healthy then, and they point me to the hospital, which is, true story, right around the corner. I know my zoning law. I go into the hospital. Now let me give you some practical tips. I like to give you something you can take with you today. Here's a practical tip. If you want to be seen quickly in the emergency room, the magic words are, I'm having a heart attack. If you go in there like Fred Sanford and go, Elizabeth, I'm having the big one. You don't have to fill out insurance forms. You don't have to watch Family Ties reruns. You go right in. Now the doctor starts coming back to me with my test results, and he says, Mr. Carter, we're very concerned. We've noticed elevated levels of CPK in your bloodstream. Now I'm a guy, I'm in denial, and I have no idea what CPK means. I'm like, Doc, that can't be right. That can't be right. I don't even eat at California Pizza Kitchen. You said high levels of KFC, I might believe you. He admits me into the cardiac unit. I spend the entire night watching my life bleep away. Here are the 2 lessons I want to pass on to you. Number 1, most important, they're very serious about no smoking in the cardiac unit. Who knew, really? Number 2, just as important. That night, I realized that I still had to prepare for my talk, because if I lived that night, I was going to have to give that talk, because I'd already spent the money they hadn't given me yet. And when I'm trying to prepare this talk, I realized it's going to be very difficult to give a good talk. Not like this one, a good one. One with the requisite energy and dynamism. To do all of those things dead. Now I have the easiest job, okay, in the room. If I can't do my job dead, I know you can't do yours dead. Unless you do trust in the states. I think that's a requirement. All right, that and eating dinner at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But other than that, it's important to realize that as lawyers, we have an obligation to take care of ourselves mentally and physically.